Alf, we're back again for episode 2 of the hottest sports cards on eBay, and we're going to look at cards specifically in the PSA Vault eBay store. And you're probably wondering, how are all these amazing cards making it into the PSA eBay store? Let's talk about the circle of life that happens here. If I buy a card on eBay, I can choose to send that card back home, or I can send it to the PSA Vault. Maybe I'm looking to sell that card within the next 30 or 60 days. I can send it to the PSA Vault, and then at any time, I can then shoot it off for a 7-day eBay auction or a buy it now through the PSA Vault eBay store. Additionally, when I grade cards, I've got 25 cards at PSA right now. I'm trying to decide on some of these cards. I'll probably shoot them directly over to the Vault than eBay. And some of them I'm going to send home because they're PC cards. Cut out all the friction and the shipping and the middlemen. It's very easy now to use the PSA Vault as a way to buy, sell cards with ease. Just like in the last episode, I do have my eBay affiliate link that'll take you directly to the PSA Vault eBay store. It is in the video description as well as in the pinned comments. Very much appreciate any purchases made through that link. I do get a small commission through the eBay affiliate link. I very much appreciate you guys. And if you've never graded with PSA or you have a friend that hasn't, take $25 off your first submission. It's just a 1-card minimum to try out PSA. Use the SCD25 code at the shipping and billing screen. All right, let's turn the camera around and look at some amazing cards.
All right, my friends, welcome back to another episode, the hottest sports cards on eBay. The PSA Vault eBay store is cooking up some amazing stuff. As a reminder, too, all the new product that's coming out that you see, that's all the tops, all the Panini stuff that's popping up, they're grading it. Folks are grading it, and then they are selling it quickly. So it's important to save the PSA Vault, the PSA eBay store to your favorite sellers on eBay so that you don't miss out, because that's what we're seeing. A lot of this stuff, a lot of the new product getting graded up first to market, trying to get that stuff out to everybody like yourself. So make sure you're keeping an eye. We're going to start with a card that I used to own a PSA 9 of, sold it kind of during the pandemic boom time. But this has always been a classic card to me. It is the 84 Topps Dan Marino rookie card, of course. Shout out to my buddy Flippin' Steve, the big-time Dolphins fan. And I know that this is a card that has been on his radar at the right price point over a period of time. This one is sitting at a kind of a fixed rate, 0 bids right now. It's at $5,999. We do have some card ladder data to give us an idea where is this card sat here recently as far as price action goes. There's only, I think, like 65 of these in a BGS 10. And with about 65 of these on the population report for BGS 10s, there is a recent sale at $5,200. So this is not far off. These just aren't coming up for sale all that often. And of course, when you have something where there's only about 60 or so, 65, then you can kind of name your price here. But this is not too far off from what a recent sale is showing up on Card Ladder. Just one of these all-time great football cards, 80s cards. This set in particular, 84 Topps with the Eric Dickerson rookie card, John Elway rookie card, Howie Long. There's tons of stars in this 84 Topps set that were rookies and, of course, went on to do amazing things in the NFL. Next up, let's switch over to a classic vintage baseball card, a 1949 Bowman Jackie Robinson rookie PSA 1. Now, here's the funny thing about PSA 1s, and I know that you vintage card folks know exactly what I'm talking about. A PSA 1 can range all over the place, can look like it got ran over like a truck, like my buddy Chris, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, would say. This one I feel like looks pretty good. I mean, if you look at the centering on this card, it actually looks pretty good. I'm trying to figure out kind of what might be wrong with it. Is there a pinhole? Is there a big stain? To be honest, I don't see anything that looks horrific on this card. Sure, I mean, maybe I guess you've got a crease right down here, kind of a vertical crease. That could be it. Little dingy over here, but I mean, for the most part, the centering on this card looks nice. Rounded corners, well, you know that it hasn't been trimmed. It's got some nice rounded corners there. So I don't know. I thought this was a nice looking copy of this card. Sitting at $2,000 with 3 or 4 days left. There was a sale here recently. Card Ladder data shows a sale at $1,700, I believe is what it was. But again, ones can look amazing for a 1. They can look really rough in a PSA 1. So I don't know. This one stood out to me as one that I thought looked like a really nice copy for an all-time vintage baseball card. I believe Jackie Robinson only has nine cards as far as kind of the major releases go. So there's just not a lot of options for an iconic player, an iconic person in history. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this particular copy. I just thought for a 1, it looks really nice. All right, we'll stay a little vintagey here with the 76 Topps, the Walter Payton rookie card. I love this card. This one's kind of interesting because it's that half grade. It's an 8.5, so you don't have as many sales. You got 8s and you've got 9s, and you're trying to kind of compare. There was, according to Card Ladder data, I believe there was a sale in the $2,700, $2,800 range for an 8.5 here. And this one's sitting here at what, $2,000 with, by the time that this video releases, maybe a day or so left. This is an interesting one. I almost want to kind of watch this one myself because this is a card I would love to have in an 8.5 or a 9. I think the 10s are going to be outside of my price range. I think they land in about the $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 range at this point for a PSA 10. But this is a beautiful card, and it's an all-time classic football card for sweetness. And with a lot of football cards, you got the helmet on, but here you've, of course, got a great portrait for Walter Payton. Again, just like last week, there are a few 86 Fleer 57 Jordans that have popped up here. I noticed there's a few copies in BGS 7.5s, I think, that are hanging around there. This one's got some nice subgrades. Outside of there's a 7 grade corners. But outside of that, I mean, it's got 9 centering, 9 edges, 9 surface for this one. There also is a PSA 6 up for auction that I saw as well this week from the PSA Vault eBay store. But of course, the most iconic card for Michael Jordan. I'm an 80s kid, so this is one of the hit you in the feels cards. It is one of the most iconic hobby cards in existence. This one currently sitting at time of recording around $3,600. There's a few days left on this one, and we'll just see. I mean, there's so much demand for this card, no matter what the grade is, and we'll see where it ends. One of these cards that's a little bit off the beaten path. Are you a Mike Tyson fan? 1987 Panini Super Sport Italian, number 160. I believe this is considered to be the rookie card for Mike Tyson. Help me if I'm wrong on that. Let me know in the comments section down below. This one just getting going, about 4 or 5 days left. At the time of recording, it's showing at $6.50. It's in a PSA 7. What does the PSA data show us here? Okay, so you've got 36 total of this card that have been graded. So I was thinking like 7s. Maybe there's a lot of 7s. Well, there's only 5 9s. There's no 10s. There's 5 8s, and there's 3 7s. So this is going to be interesting. I'm actually going to watch this card. This is an interesting card to me. I'm going to double check and just make sure that this is the rookie card. I'm pretty sure this is considered to be the rookie card. Iron Mike Tyson in his day, he was something to behold. I know he went through all sorts of personal trials and tribulations. He's had kind of an up and down story. I was sad to see him go out and the way that he fought against Jake Paul. It kind of felt like he was holding back watching that fight. And I want to believe that. I think just him being at late 50s, I believe, at this stage. You know, he's not the same guy that he was when he was 30, obviously, boxing. But I thought that he was going to be more of a presence there fighting against Jake Paul. And that one just fell a little bit short for us. It seemed like he was just kind of more dancing around. To be honest, at his age, the fact that he could even go multiple rounds in a professional fight is pretty incredible. But there were moments where I was thinking to myself, man, is he holding back out there? But anyway, I digress. Mike Tyson will always be a pop culture phenomenon with the NES game. Of course, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and a storied career with a lot of ups and downs for sure. Let me know your thoughts on this card in the comments section. We'll head back over to football, but not necessarily NFL football, guys. This, and I've said this on the channel, my New Orleans Saints, Arch Manning, his grandfather, Archie Manning, was the very first good Saints quarterback that we had going back to the early 70s. Well, his grandson is now going to be starting for the University of Texas coming up this college season. I don't know if he's going to declare for the draft after this season. Maybe he'll throw 50 TDs and 1 interception or something and decide, you know what, I'm ready to go into the NFL. Or, you know, maybe it's a couple years before he does come out. But a lot of his cards have been popular. A lot of people speculating on Arch Manning. He's the next Manning. Look, if you look in the line of this is like a thoroughbred coming out. You got Archie, you got Peyton and Eli, and then you've got Arch that's coming out. And he, the limited time I've seen him play snaps at Texas, he looks to be a very good player. I don't know if he's going to be Peyton Manning, but he looks to be a very good player coming out. It'll be interesting to watch. He's got the size, he's got the skills, he's strong, and he's accurate from what I've seen. He can run the ball a little bit, scramble. So here we've got a Panini Instant nil college football. It's an auto. It's a sticker auto. sitting here with a day or two left at time of recording, $305. But again, we've got the college football season kind of coming around the corner, and some of Arch Manning's better cards, I think, especially some of the auto cards, you can see the price movement is really starting to happen for Arch Manning. Will he one day be a New Orleans Saint? I certainly hope so. We'll stay on football here. This is a pretty big card for the guy that really exploded out of this past season. It's Jayden Daniels with the Commanders. This is the blue shimmer version. It is numbered out of 25. It is in a PSA 10 holder. We've still got 3 or 4 days left at time of recording. It's sitting at $1,800, a little over $1,800. There's some bidding action. This one ends on Tuesday night this coming week. Again, it's just tough. Do we have some PSA data? It's numbered out of 25. So, okay, we've got 3 10s. There's 7 9s. There's a couple of 8s. So these cards, again, we've talked about quality control coming out as far as, what's going on with Panini product. And these are not easy 10s. We've seen that. I think I saw from the gem rate data, it's 22 to 25% gem rate for the 2024 Prism football. It's a very popular set. I really like the design. It kind of harkens back to 2013, 2014 with some of these cards. And I just think that they're great looking cards. Jayden Daniels, though, what's more important than the card and the number is Jayden Daniels going to be able to keep the momentum going in Washington in a very tough division where you've got, of course, the Super Bowl champ Eagles, and now you've got Jameis Winston, who is going to be playing alongside Russell Wilson for the New York Giants. You got to get by them. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Giants fans. It's probably going to be another tough season. And the Cowboys, you just never know. They've got Dak. Can Dak finally get over the hump? Who knows? But this is a division that's going to come down to the Commanders and the Eagles. Will Jayden Daniels continue and have kind of that Cinderella second season, which is tough? It's very tough to do. Just ask CJ Stroud, who he bumbled along, but then looked pretty good as we ended out the season. All right, we're going to stay on Prism before we shift back over to baseball. Guys, I am not a big fan of this fat head looking Prismania insert that they've got going in Prism. Actually, I like the look of the card. Everything's fine except for I'm not a big fan of the mangas and the Prismanias, but nobody cares what I think. Look, right here we've got a PSA 10. This is Caleb Williams with the Chicago Bears. This is the rookie card, Fathead Prismania insert. It's sitting at $1,575 with days to go. People, there's a lot of price action for Caleb Williams. I'll say my stepdad is a huge Chicago Bears fan. They picked up Dennis Allen, our old Saints coach. Not a great head coach, but Dennis Allen is a great defensive coordinator. Of course, they also have a new head coach and the Lions offensive coordinator coming in. The coaching staff looks way improved in Chicago, and I think that they have some nice pieces heading into the draft. I actually think the Chicago Bears are going to battle. That division is the toughest division in football, in my opinion. You've got Vikings, Lions, Bears, and who is the other team? Vikings, Lions, Bears. Oh, yeah, the Packers. Look, it's just going to be a brutal fight in that division, but people like these Prismania cards, whether it's for a hold. I'm curious, though. I wonder if this is kind of buy these and leading up to the National, and maybe this is a flip of the National card show. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of these kind of anime-looking designs. All right, let's flip over to baseball. It's not a show if we're not talking about Shohei Ohtani. 2018 Diamond Kings signatures, the purple version. It's a BGS 9. Is it numbered? I think it is numbered. Is it out of 20? Let me see. It says right there on the sling. No, it is not numbered. But it is sitting at $1,200. This is a rookie auto. It is a sticker auto. I'm not going to say it's my favorite design of all the Shohei cards. He's got so many great cards, especially going back to his rookie year, back when he was pitching. Will Shohei be able to pitch again? And what would it mean for his cards if Shohei was able to pitch again? They opted put him in as a closer or something to where he's limited pitching, but still kind of doing his thing. What would that mean for his cards? Would they even bother with it? Do they want to mess with it? Or just keep Shohei doing his thing, hitting, being a prolific power hitter? This one's sitting at $1,247.52 at time of recording. Are you bidding on this Shohei Ohtani card? Oh, you know it. Kobe, 2003-04 Upper Deck finite signatures. Some may balk at this card because it's graded a BGS 6.5, but look at the auto on this puppy. It looks really, really good. Some of Kobe's autos are a little streaky. Kobe autos are not super rare by any stretch, but I really like these early 2000s, these Upper Deck style autos. And this one is at $857. Still a few days left. I don't know where it's going to end, but I just feel like this is a great collector card because of that lower grade. The people that are looking for more of the, the higher grade card, they want an 8, 9, or a 10 or whatever. They're going to pay a premium for it. But if you're a collector, you just want a really nice card. Kobe's in a shooting stance here. It's a really nice on-card auto, not streaky at all. It's got a Beckett 10 auto grade. Just a really nice looking card. Kabooms are all the rage. These are not necessarily cards for me, but people love kabooms and downtowns. This is the horizontal version, the absolute Bo Nix. Man, Bo Nix. Right when the Broncos and Sean Payton picked Bo Nix, I believe it was pick number 12, I just knew that this kid's probably going to be pretty good. Sean Payton was talking him up. Now, Sean Payton also really liked Garrett Grayson for the Saints and picked him in the 3rd round, going back thinking that he was the best player out of that draft. And Garrett Grayson turned out to not be very good. Bo Nix showed why he was the 12th pick overall. It almost looked like a steal at 12. He played really well. This is going to be a popular card again. It's the Kaboom rookie. It's not the numbered version. It's not the green. It's not the 1 of 1 or anything like that. The gold, it's not too crazy, but I think for someone that just wants to buy one of these, it's not necessarily trying to spend $1 zillion. This one's not going to go for cheap. It's sitting at $1,000 currently, but a nice Kaboom card to have for a rising star here in Bo Nix. I'm going to end here on a couple of really nice buy it nows. This is, again, if I had the big money, if I was the Bill Gates and the Jeff Bezos of the world, these are the types of cards that I would be focusing in on, the PSA 10 versions of these 80s legends. And we did look earlier at a Dan Marino rookie card. Here we've got the 86 Topps Jerry Rice rookie. I've got a painting on my wall of this card. I love it so much. And this, again, it's kind of going back to your childhood. I remember this card in my local card shop and grown men, fighting over this card. And this is back early in Rice's career. This was in, 88, 89, 90, 91, where he was just getting going, but showing why he was just so prolific with Joe Montana and the rest of the gang with the 49ers. This is a PSA 10. I believe this is right around where these cards usually sell for, kind of in that 65, maybe 70, 80,000. And I know they've gone as high as 100,000 in the past. The reason, of course, is there are 63 currently on the PSA 10 Pop Report. Another nice little feature here on eBay is as you're looking at these cards and the price points, you can see what is what. What did the Pop Reports look like? So there's 63 copies currently in a PSA 10, whereas the 9s, 1,100, the 8s, it starts to get more and more common. And so this card is becoming more and more vintage. I know vintage card collectors are like, oh, 80s is not vintage. Well, as we all get older, 86 is almost kind of in that vintage neighborhood of cards. And this is going to be an all-time, again, this is a classic hobby card, an all-time hobby card. Love it. And we'll end for the basketball card collectors. Again, we'll just talk about an all-time set here going back to 2003 Ultimate Collection. This is a LeBron James rookie auto. It's, of course, the on-card auto. And this one, Gem Mint 10 with an Auto 10, sitting here at the buy it now of $25,000. And LeBron James, he's rounding out his career. He's got a couple more years. I'm just curious to watch the NBA playoffs. Can the Lakers make a run? I think that would be really interesting to watch. I don't think that they can overcome the West and let alone kind of win against the Celtics, whoever it's going to be in the East. But it's an interesting story to watch how LeBron kind of has a little bit of new life here with Luka Doncic on the team. There's a little bit of a spark, and can he finish out his career with another title? It would tie up Kobe. He's got 4 right now. Kobe's got 5. Of course, Jordan's got 6. Can LeBron add another title? He's already the all-time scoring leader. More can LeBron James add to his legacy? And of course, this just a very cool card going back to his rookie year. All right, friends, that is what we have for today. Let me know your thoughts. Any cards in particular stand out to you where you're like, man, that's a really sweet card, or you're going to be bidding on that card? And also, what cards might be missing? What would you like to see next week? I'm happy to try to add in if you've got any suggestions. I didn't add in a hockey card this week, so apologies there. We'll work to get some more variety. I tried to add some variety in this week, but we're always working at it. Don't forget to use the coupon code down below for your first-time PSA submitter, SCD25, to get $25 off your first submission. And make sure to stay eyes peeled on the PSA eBay store because, as I said, people are grading cards, especially for new product, and they're firing them off through eBay. It's easy to miss. They might be on Buy It Now and get bought up, or they might just go to auction and it might just fly under the radar for you. So make sure to stay head on a swivel out there for the PSA eBay store. Friends, have an amazing day ahead. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.